Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, welcome back to AfterBuzz. This is the after show for New Girl, and before we get into everything else, if you're on YouTube, you should subscribe to our channel. It's youtube.com/AfterBuzz TV, or just AfterBuzz?
AfterBuzz TV.
Just AfterBuzz. AfterBuzz TV?
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV. Sorry, AfterBuzz TV. You can follow the conversation on Twitter at #AVNewGirl, and you can follow me at _MichelleFee. And these are my lovely co-hosts.
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kellie Knezovich.
Hi guys, I'm Carli Garsow. You can follow me at Carli_Garsow. And I'm Britta Garsow, and you can follow me at Britta_Garsow.
Awesome. So this episode was called Oregon, and everyone is back for Jess's dad's wedding. Mm-hmm. So let's start and talk about Jess and Ryan. They broke up. And I'm so
That's all you gotta know.
That's kind of what this whole thing was.
But, I mean, let's be real. From the start of the episode, though, we saw it coming.
We knew it was coming, but what a change from they were so great, and they're like, we can do this long distance thing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it was like he wasn't answering her calls.
Right.
He ditched out on the wedding, which I would have probably broken up with him too. I think that was really rude. Like, it was her father's wedding.
I know.
Yeah.
And the reason being was because it's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is a huge, huge thing.
Right. It is, and she was so excited to show him where she grew up. That's a huge thing, and it's huge for her to want to show someone that. And I felt so terrible for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't want to put in the effort. So
yeah, exactly.
See ya.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping for them to drag it out a little longer.
Yeah.
They were like, we can make this work. It's gonna be a long distance, but. I mean,
I know.
It's just so sad.
I'm thinking that him, as an actor like Julian Morris, has to be on another show or something. That's why they cut it so
I know,
short.
that's what I always
he's
think
on
about,
Pretty
too.
Little Liars, so maybe he'll come back to that. And he's on Once Upon a Time, and those are
I didn't know he's on
He's on Once Upon a Time?
Yeah, he plays Prince Philip.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so I mean, he could be coming back to either of those shows.
Yeah, because they made Ryan seem like this really great guy, and then all of a sudden he's not. That's not the Ryan we know, not answering Jess's calls
is
and
a
not
great
coming to the
guy.
I know. So there's clearly a reason for him to be off the show.
Right. I'm just wishing they didn't do it this week.
Maybe
at the end of the season.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot cuter.
But see, now we have time for Jess and Nick.
Kelly, I think you're right.
I know. Crossing my fingers.
She is crossing her fingers. So Jess planned out this whole tour of Portland for Ryan, and
18 stops.
18 stops per day, and she was going to add more because everyone decided to come with her.
They're such
which is really sweet. Yeah.
I also would like to point out that it was Nick that said, we're gonna go on this tour with you. You are gonna take us on all 18 stops because we're so excited, and he's her biggest supporter. I love it.
I know. I was gonna say, I think that even from the beginning, before they dated, Nick was always her best friend. I mean, Cece's her best friend, but Nick was always there for her on her side. So I think it's nice that transition went so smoothly from relationship to still best friend.
Yeah.
And it's not awkward at all, and it's normal that Nick is acting that way and so caring.
Yeah. But Schmidt too, though. I feel like Schmidt's really close to Jess, so I could have seen him stepping up and being let's, because when Schmidt doesn't want to do something, he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But when he does, he gets really excited.
Yeah.
So
They all love her, though. They do anything for her.
I was so annoyed though at that scene when they were, I don't know, were they wine tasting or it was a rehearsal dinner or something?
I think it was rehearsal.
With the phone, and she just kept checking it. I mean, let's be real. We've all been there. We've all been there where our friends are just glued to their phones, or even ourselves. We've been glued to our phones, and it's just put the phone down. You're here for your dad or supporting your dad. This is about your dad, and then it's also kind of hard because you don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Ryan is not going to call you.
Yeah. And it just made me even more angry at Ryan because I know that's all she was thinking about was him, and she couldn't even enjoy her dad's wedding and the whole process. And I'm like, this is so mean. It's so mean of him to do her. He knows that she's going to just constantly be thinking about it.
Yeah. It's so upsetting.
I know. It was a sad episode, but like so good at the same time. It's like a new girl and weddings that just goes together.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
Except for the fact that Taylor Swift was not in this one. So. No, but I really did. I loved kind of learning about Jess's hometown. You know, I loved learning about her room and her little story of what was Jared Leto's name? What was?
Okay, so he played Jordan
Catalano. Oh, is that it?
Catalano.
Okay, Catalano.
On My So-Called Life.
Interesting.
Well, we saw his face on that
never seen
poster.
that show.
I
haven't
haven't
either. It's like early 90s,
think it might
so
be
we were all
before our
pretty
time.
young.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like
You're right.
94, and I think we were all born in 91.
We were like 3.
So
We're all watching The Lion King, Little Mermaid.
Disney stuff.
yeah, not that show.
No.
Which one was your favorite story of hers throughout the whole tour?
Oh,
Good one.
I think the best one has to be the what was it called? The Crush Pond.
Yeah,
I would say the Crush Pond as well. It's such a cute idea. I feel like
is.
it's so sweet that they had so much hope as like little girls. That
She's like,
well, they still do.
I
know. They still do.
she's like, warning, this has never worked, but it's still so cute. And Schmidt's rack is huge.
I know. And Coach just says a random lettuce.
someone you know.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end scene was probably my favorite.
Same here.
I loved it, and I just like the change of scenery. You know, we always see them in the loft, and
Right.
I love the loft, and I love their scenes there. But it's just nice to get out, and we've seen like Nick in Chicago, and so now we've seen Jess and Cece in Portland, where they're from. So it'd be nice to go. Like, where's Schmidt from? New York,
He's from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's like that'd be cool if they went to New Jersey, or Winston's from Chicago too, and then
Where's Coach?
Coach is
Coach is from
from
Kansas.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna see
They
that
won't
though.
go there.
They won't
Yeah.
go to his.
Because he moved around so much, he keeps saying.
That's true. He said he was an
Yeah.
army brat, so he had to learn all about the hometowns that he lived in.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we see them go to like the East Coast, like New Jersey. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Maybe they can get snowed in.
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I
so
just-
that'd be such a good episode.
I just don't know if they're gonna take it there that far because Coach is leaving.
Oh
right?
no, but Schmidt's.
Oh, Schmidt's from Jersey. Sorry.
yeah.
Coach is from Kansas, but like all over. Okay, got it.
I know.
My
I'm
bad.
so sad he's leaving. By the way.
I am too. I really, really like him.
I know. It's like just when you love him so much, he's gonna
They
be
do
gone.
that to us every time.
I know.
They do.
Oh, wait, Ryan, exactly.
They turned him evil.
Except for Kai, I don't think really any of us cared for Kai.
No,
She
she
can go.
wasn't in the storyline at all. Like, she was just there.
Yeah.
Like, for Nick to have a
Literally.
girlfriend.
Like,
Like,
I
yes,
love
she was
it.
just there.
I still loved Paul.
Yeah.
So
He's coming back, so we're
I
waiting.
know.
How's that happen soon?
Oh, he's the best. Bear Claw. I can't wait.
Okay. I still need to watch that. I like.
That's
still
your
don't
homework
remember.
for this week.
That's my homework for this week.
Who do you guys think that they all wished on with their rocks?
Ooh.
In Schmidt's case, his boulder.
I was going to ask that same thing. I think Schmidt obviously asked for. I feel like he would ask for Cece. Like, even though
too.
he's with Spawn, like, yeah.
I thought the same thing.
Also, side note on that whole situation, I think that, like, so Cece is still in love with Schmidt, and I think that obviously Schmidt still loves Cece, but he doesn't know that, like, Cece's still into him, and I feel like he would much less be with her than Fawn.
Right.
So I think that she should tell him and not, like, keep it a big secret, because it makes me sad that she's, like, scared to tell him because he has a girlfriend.
But I think that's respectful, though.
It is. No, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no one wants to break up a couple.
But still, you see, I mean, Schmidt, this episode did say, you're the most amazing girl I've ever met, or
Yeah.
like, you're something else.
He
Like,
said,
something.
like, he's gonna spend his life making her happy. Yeah. But you say that to your wife. Not
Right.
your
Granted, he was like, oh, Fawn's calling. You know, he did take the phone call, so actions do speak louder than words, but still, I mean,
He has
that was a
more
big
actions
statement.
for her.
Yeah. That's true, that's true.
One thing.
Exactly.
So I think Schmidt thought about Cece. I think Cece thought about Schmidt. I'm gonna go with Nick and Jess wished on each other. Coach and Winston, I don't know.
I know, me either. Coach, maybe that girl.
Like, that, yeah. That
Oh
girl.
yeah, that he gave his number
can't
to.
remember.
Oh,
whatever.
shoot, what was her name?
What was her name?
It started with an
We
F.
really liked her.
I thought it started with a K, but
it was
that might just be just me.
Oh gosh. We'll think of it.
We'll figure it out.
But you guys know who we're talking about.
yeah. I mean, if you guys have been watching the show, I should know.
Last week's episode.
And Winston definitely wished on Ferguson.
Because he said his cat was missing.
Which we've been saying since the beginning of the season.
Do you think he's ever gonna find
it?
Do you think he's ever gonna find him?
He better come back.
I hope so.
For the finale.
Yeah, exactly.
For the season finale.
He'll like show up.
Yeah.
Stroll in.
Or maybe Winston has a crush that's yet to be seen on the show.
Could be. Or maybe it's just, maybe the pond wish is going to work when it's like, we just want all of us to be together and to be happy. And maybe
That's
it's just going to be like a big, that's what we wish for, you know, to be happy with one another.
Yeah, maybe Winston wished for like Cece and Schmidt. Like,
okay. Maybe like wishing on another couple.
Yeah, I see that.
I like that. I like that
too.
idea.
yeah, I think he did. Let's go with that.
I wonder if they'll revisit this, you know, later in the next couple episodes. Like, oh, see, our wish did work,
Yeah.
or
We'll have to
something
keep
like
a lookout
that.
for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we brought it up for a reason, I feel
Right.
like. I mean,
Yeah.
it was,
It was
really
also
cute.
really cute.
It was, yeah. Loved it.
So there's that reason.
I love her parents.
I do too.
I wish they were still together, but that scene where they were, like, her dad and his new wife was dancing
Yeah.
was so sweet.
So like the wedding wasn't really like nothing really bad happened during the wedding except for the part where she like
The rings.
the ring and the fire alarm.
I knew something was going to happen when
Yeah.
he gave her the rings. I'm like, no, don't give those to Jess.
Yeah.
Something's
just
going to
kept
happen.
them.
Yeah.
That was weird though with the moms were all on acid.
Okay, I just have to say when she said I'm going to go on a trip that I've never taken before, my mind immediately went somewhere else.
Yeah, me
same
too.
here.
Yeah.
Like I thought she meant she was going to take like this weird cruise with like weird people. Like that's what I thought she meant.
I thought she was going to say a cruise. Because, like, a lot of people, I feel like, if you haven't been on a cruise, like, you do it later in life, maybe.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, she's just going on a cruise.
Right.
See, I felt the way that she said it. She's like, I'm going somewhere I've never been. Like, my mind just went dirty.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't think
Do not make drugs.
No.
And then like when she was dancing, I was like, I still don't know what's going on. And then her dad was like, is it acid? And I was like, oh, I get it.
I knew what was going on when the dance scene, and I was like, okay.
I didn't get it.
Like, it was so funny though. She's like, the rings. We all have rings.
She's like, climb into my womb. Remember when she said that?
Yes. That was the weirdest thing. That's why I still didn't understand. Her womb. Okay.
Yeah, weird.
How did he know if she's never been on this trip before?
Because he heard it.
Yeah,
You know, because they both
true.
heard it through the phone.
That's true.
But I think it seems like something she would do. Like, she seems pretty crazy. Like, she can't get her emotions in check. So, like,
so much like
I know,
like
so much like Jess. And Nick actually cracked. I felt like Nick was so strong, you know? And then Nick's like, I'm not okay. I'm not all right. I'm emotional.
yeah, I totally thought that, I mean, that was, like, warranted that he said something. And I felt bad because they cheered her up so much. And she's like, I don't even need my phone. And then they get home and her mom made her, like, sad again. And I was, like, a little upset. I know it's not the mom's fault that she's, like, super emotional. And she just cares. But I was like, no, like, they did such a good job. They made so much progress. And now Jess is crying.
I wish they had told the mom before, like, hey,
I know.
Ryan's not here.
I
Maybe
thought she would know.
stop whatever you have planned. It's not going to work out.
And she had stuff planned, like British flags everywhere.
I know.
On her shirt.
On her shirt. And scramblies. Isn't that what she called them?
Yeah.
She was doing some scramblers. She's like, you know I do, Mom.
Oh, it's so cute, though.
Oh, they're so cute.
Too cute. Jamie Lee Curtis. High five.
I know, she's great. And Rob Reiner.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up our whole, like, recap.
Should we talk about predictions?
We should, yes. Always should.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Okay, I will because you think Jess and Nick are headed for a reconciliation.
I do.
And I think that they're just kind of cutting out the Jess Ryan storyline to make room for like Cece and Schmidt to like rekindle their thing.
Oh, like only one couple. in the
Yeah, because I
spotlight?
think that was like the whole issue last season was like there was too much going on with like couple stuff.
No, it was like 2 seasons ago, and then last season they wanted to bring it back to like just the friend group, right?
No, that was this season. It was still this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, Jess and Nick were together last season.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like it was so long ago.
Yeah, I know.
It was very long ago.
So I think that's kind of where they're headed with that. Just so, like,
can see
you're
that.
not, like, so focused on 2 couples and then there's just, like, Winston by himself because Coach is leaving. Like, it would be
That's
weird.
true. You know, I'm as much as I do want Nick and Jess to be together, I think the way that he's caring for her and his actions are very friendly, very brother-sister-like, as opposed to, I'm doing this because I want to be your boyfriend. Like, I don't see it happening that way. I don't, that it doesn't speak to me that way. I wish it happened, but I think they're just gonna, you know, remain friends.
Yeah. I think that overall, like, Cece and Schmidt are the Chandler and Monica of the group, so I think they'll get together before the end, and Nick and Jess are the Ross and Rachel, and they'll get together on, like, the series finale. Yeah. So I think we have, like, a long time till we see them actually together, but Cece and Schmidt will be be soon. I just know it. Yeah.
I still wonder when they're gonna play up the whole baby bump and everything. Like, I don't know.
Probably just a lot of high-waisted skirts.
Yeah. Well, what was she wearing?
She is really tiny, a lot of too. Coats. So
layers.
Yeah, a lot of layers.
I wonder if they're even gonna address it though.
Yeah. Probably not.
I think I remember reading there was going to be an episode where, like, they were going to play Who's the Dad?
Oh, really?
I remember reading that somewhere, but I'm not quite sure.
Or maybe they're talking about, like, that could be a potential episode or something.
Yeah. Possibly.
Exciting.
What do you think about Cece and Schmidt?
Well, I think
Jess.
I think Cece and Schmidt are going to happen.
Yeah.
But I also think Nick and Jess are going to happen. Like, I do agree with, like, I mean, I don't want them to happen.
Whatever, you so do.
But, like, I do agree, like, it does seem brother and sister-like. Yeah. But I feel like one of them is going to take it the wrong way. And because I feel like that's, like, classic Nick and Jess. You know, like, they misread each other.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, and they misread it. So I think one of them is going to, like, jump the gun and be like, do you want to get back with me? You know?
And then it's going to make the other person be like, no, of course I don't. And then they're like, wait, do I? And then that other person has already shut off feelings. Yeah. It's going to go back and forth.
Classic sitcom.
Right.
We got you guys figured out.
You're right. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. Let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Hi, I'm Britta, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Britta_Garsow.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carli_Garsow.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kellie Knez.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelfi. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week.
Bye,
guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.